Yo, what is going on, everyone? How are we doing today? Give me 1 minute and we'll get started up. What is up, everyone? How are we doing today? Hope everyone is absolutely killing it. Hope you had a good holiday, whether you celebrate or don't. Regardless, I hope you had a very good day yesterday, and I hope you got a very good day today. It is December 26th, 2025, 10:24 a.m. It's a little bit of an early stream today, but make sure you hit that like button as fast as you can, because it is not a joke. This is not a clown and not a troll. I am not pulling your leg. I'm not embarrassing you and wasting your time. I woke up this morning to Modulo Chapter 17. And I've got to say, I would never in my whole life not cover this with y'all. And it's about time we get into it, y'all. So that being said, hit the like button if you haven't already. It really helps the stream way more than you know. And what we're going to go ahead and do here is, I believe some of this is translated, some of this is not translated. So keep that in mind as I go over it. But also on top of it, most of this is just one big fight chapter. So while there is some dialogue, there isn't a lot of it, so we don't have to worry too much. So, in order to begin, I think it's safe to say we should talk about something that was dropped in the volume extras that actually seems to have been honed in on in this chapter. So, if you guys have seen Volume 1 or have seen the leaks of Volume 1 whatsoever, you'll know we did get some kind of character profiles for a lot of the different people that we saw in Modulo. One of the character profiles that we saw was of Yuka and Tsurugi's dad. Now, something about the parents is we really didn't know anything about Yuka and Tsurugi's parents. We just didn't. But now we got a little bit more information here through a timeline that reveals to us a lot about these characters. One, when the characters were born, what year it is, and also more information such as this. So, the family age reference chart, you can actually see that Yuta and Maki's son, Iori, was born 2035, right around the time, born 2031, right around the time that Panda stopped functioning, about 4 years later. This man, Iori Okotsu, is Yuta Tsurugi's dad and Maki and Yuta's son, their only son. They did not have a daughter, they didn't have whatever, they had a son. And Mifuyu, who is the Yuka and Tsurugi mom, the one that literally took the ring away and everything like that, that's who we know. So they're not a part of the family, which makes sense. I had a pretty strong inkling in my mind that the person that refused to let Yuka have the ring and gave it to Tsurugi against their will and was just an all-around asshole was not Maki and Tsurugi's child. Because the truth is, the moment that Yuka was born, Iori Okotsu disappeared. He was whether willingly or involuntarily. Based off of the dialogue we get in this chapter, it's quite possible it was against this man's will. Whether they purposely made him disappear or he disappeared on his own. It's most likely assumed to be the case that the presence or absence of curse techniques among the siblings determined his role, and whether if Yuta had lacked the technique, our father would have never vanished. So, the only reason Iori was allowed to even be around the Gojo clan was so he could literally give birth to a sorcerer that had a great technique. Or vice versa. The moment one of their children was born with the 10 Shadows technique, a forbidden technique, they were forced to leave. We don't know the exact specifics of the disappearance, but we do know that it had everything to do with the fact that Yuka was born with the 10 Shadows. Pages translate, apparently Iori was depressed over how weak his generation and the next star. Where is the translations? Do you see them? Because I have the translations right here. And that's not what my translations say. He really just allowed his son to be banished, assassinated somehow. That's what it's again, we gotta wait for the officials when it comes down to it. Keep in mind, all these translations are indeed, you know, very tentative. We do get a Yuji appearance. Which is always nice to see. As it was said that the moment right before Iori disappeared, Yuji apparently was talking to Iori. There's no real context. We don't know exactly what Yuji and Iori spoke about, but the only thing that is said to be known for sure is that the man told Iori this. He said, "It doesn't matter." We don't know exactly what he was saying mattered or what didn't matter. All as I know is, damn, those Okotsu genes are strong as hell. Look at this man right here. Is that not Yuta himself? Is that not Yuta himself? Yuji's taller than Iori. Yo, so true. Because also it's important to note the whole thing of, if Yuka never was born with the 10 Shadows, their father would have stayed. So the fact that Yuka was born with 10 Shadows is part of the main reason why Iori Okotsu left. The presence or absence of curse techniques determined my father's role. From what is said, it says that whatever reason that Iori left, the father believed that Yuka would have been able to understand. However, Tsurugi most likely would not have been able to understand, whatever reason that is. We still don't know exactly. Maybe translations will really explain a little bit better. But as mentioned, most of this fight does surround the actual battle between Tsurugi and Maru. We know Maru's curse technique is just outright ridiculous. Chaos and Order is absolutely insane of an ability. Tsurugi can barely fight back. Tsurugi can barely fight back. Everything he does, Cross is just completely overwhelming Tsurugi entirely, based off the fact that, one, Cross has full control over his weapon. Cross is able to slash attack at Tsurugi, while Tsurugi is just trying to stay straight up, right? Like, the entire world all around them is just moving and shifting and changing because of Maru's chaos and order. And it seems like Maru is literally using, like, the force. Maru is just like moving Tsurugi around. It's like, has anyone ever, funnily enough, with the soundtrack that's playing right now, has anyone played Kingdom Hearts? Kingdom Hearts 3, funnily enough, like the final battle when like Xehanort is like taking his hands and moving the entire world around and shifting the buildings and shifting gravity, like quite literally what Maru is doing here. While Maru is able to maintain balance entirely, Tsurugi is just having such a hard time. There's actually even a moment where Tsurugi cuts right through Cross's sword in the middle because Cross's sword has a slim, like, divot in the middle of it that he gets caught in. I think Tsurugi's still pre-awakened Maki fight too. Fair. I mean, so the thing is like, when it comes to like awakening, Tsurugi and Maki aren't Tsurugi and Yuka aren't twins. So like the thing is like where Tsurugi is at, like Tsurugi isn't gonna get any serious crazy awakening or serious crazy buff, but I hold it back, not at least in the way that we understand, right? Because they're not twins, this means that Tsurugi's heavenly restriction is fully accessed. There isn't anything holding him back. Tsurugi might just need a sumo lesson, true, that's probably all it is. But essentially, with all of this happening, Tsurugi is not able to keep up with Maru's curse technique at all. Not able to keep up with Maru's curse technique whatsoever. And within a couple different pages, Maru ends up completely decimating him. Yuta's kid left because the generation was too weak and came to, but I don't know if that's true though, right? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Why would he leave? Why would he stay if Yuka didn't have a curse technique, if he left because everything was so weak? That's what I guess I don't understand. Sounds like a weird translation to me. Sounds like a very, very weird translation to me. I'm trying to find the translations here that you guys are talking about. But perhaps that diligence backfired on him. Right, I do see the translated page, but like, can we trust this translation here? Who's this guy? Apostapa? Who is this? I don't know about that, Chiefs. I'm gonna need a little bit more concrete than that. Yeah, who is this? Who is this person translating the page, and why should I believe what he's saying? I translated with Google. It says the same. I don't trust Google translations whatsoever. I don't trust Google translations whatsoever, because Google translations is how we ended up with the three gods of Jujutsu after chapter 6. We're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna have to wait ahead and see, because again, if the idea behind it is that the father would have stayed if Yuka didn't have a curse technique at all, then that doesn't make sense. I translated it with Yandex. What's Yandex? A Russian technology company that provides internet-related products and services, including a web browser, search engine, cloud computing. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say nah, fam. We're gonna go ahead and say nah, fam. We're gonna go ahead and wait till we get a little bit better translations for that, because that doesn't, I could be wrong, but that don't make no sense. Where I think everyone is going to be really focused when it comes to this chapter, because this is what I woke up to, and by golly, we now have full complete answers here. As Tsurugi is knocked unconscious, knocked incapacitated, it's revealed that he was the one that has been carrying the ring this entire time. He really did not give it to Yuka. He's had it this entire fucking time, which means as he's on his deathbed, he opens his eyes as the ring begins to open. And it's the spirit of fucking Rika. And as Tsurugi slowly begins to reawaken consciousness, he goes, "Grandpa?" He thinks of his Yuta. And then we actually get Rika speaking, which is crazy to me. Rika says, this is the worst. You really did take after that woman. But since it's Yuta's request, I guess I'll help you. Just say the words. I accept. Is Rika more well-spoken here? 110%. Rika is actually doing like the complete full sentences here, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. I do think it's very funny though that you can literally feel the jealousy and the anger inside of Rika here, where Rika's like, "Oh, you take after Maki, of course, but whatever. I guess if Yuta wanted me to, I'll help you." Rika never got over Yuta getting with Maki. Rika was salty the entire time. Faced with no other option, Tsurugi says the words, "I accept." And in the blink of an eye, suddenly a massive eruption of cursed energy flies out through the area, which one scares the shit out of Maru, because Maru's not stupid. Maru knows that Tsurugi doesn't have cursed energy, so what the fuck is going on? And it's here we get, I think, one of the coolest panels and pages in Modulo of all time. We have the fusion of Rika and Tsurugi together. which is just absolute fucking peak. Oh. I didn't mean to close. I wanted to save the picture. This still has dialogue on it. I haven't blurted it out yet, but essentially that's the end of the chapter. Is Tsurugi Rika now stepping up to the plate against Maru. It's funny too because Maru goes like, when he senses the cursed energy, he goes, "Oh, holy crap." He goes, "Who are you supposed to be?" And then Rika answers back and goes, "Who are you supposed to be?" Takes Maru's fucking head with a fist and punches right through him. Tsurugi says, "I appreciate you helping, but don't talk so freely." And it's just Rika and Tsurugi fucking arguing back and forth with each other, which is so funny that Rika still has a personality. Rika's like, "Geez, how cheeky are you? I'll tell Yuta in heaven." Tsurugi goes, "Are you even the type of person that gets allowed into heaven?" And then Rika's like, "You're pissing me off." Big level up for Tsurugi right there, baby. Huge level up for Tsurugi. This is what we've all been waiting for real. Could Rika now copy the alien curse technique? Potentially. But yeah, man. Rika Tsurugi? Everyone hit the like button for Rika Tsurugi. I didn't expect the combination. That's crazy. I'm curious what you guys all think. Who is the stronger sibling? Who's the stronger Okotsu sibling? Yuka and Maharaga or Tsurugi and Rika? Make your choices. Can Rika copy alien techniques? Honestly, I really don't know. I really don't know right now. Rika might still have access to her previous curse techniques that she copied with Yuta in the original series. That wouldn't surprise me. But I would have to imagine Rika most likely still has to devour techniques. And also, this might not be the same Rika. Rika is giving godmother who happens to be an ex-wife girlfriend vibes. True. Is this what Yuka could have looked like fighting Geto and JJK Zero? Possibly. I think 110% the fusion is more or less like a unique transformation specifically for Tsurugi, because Tsurugi doesn't have any cursed energy, right? Like, I fully believe that it's most likely the case. This is really probably one of the only reasons Rika would fuse with somebody like this, because Tsurugi has no cursed energy, so Tsurugi probably can't use Rika without actually full-on fusing. Currently hiding in the bathroom at work to be in chat. It be like that though, Dominic. It really do be like that. I feel that's so true. I think she did a binding vow with Tsurugi with the verbal contract. Yeah, I think the Rika demanding Tsurugi accept her is important. Yuta wanted Yuka to have the ring. Did Yuta know about her 10 shadows? That's actually a really good point too, because it's important to remember that, yeah, Yuta gave the ring to Yuka originally. Or Yuta could just fuse in prime state, possibly. Is this confirmation that Tsurugi's gonna give Yuka the ring and have Rika heal Yuka? It's a possibility. It's just, it depends on how hardcore you think Rika's reverse curse technique output is. Like, is reverse curse technique output enough to heal fucking brain cancer, right? I mean, we already know that even things like poison are really hard to heal for a reverse curse technique user, even if you have reverse curse technique. It's just extremely hard to visualize cleansing yourself of poison or disease, as opposed to, you know, visualize recreating an arm or something like that, right? Are we sure we can even heal brain cancers? That's what I kind of mean. Like, I don't know if that's a high possibility. It's a very low possibility with reverse curse technique. That sounds like another advanced healing for me. I can tag me in. You did really have to have someone like Mahito come and heal you. Yeah, idle transfiguration is like such an amazing curse technique. Like, if someone had idle transfiguration and used it for good, you would be like the miracle healer. But yeah, this chapter, unfortunately, there's not much to discuss just because it is mostly just one big fight scene. Still though, big fucking chapter indeed. Maybe if she had the ring, it could be a Gojo type thing with RCT on the brain 24/7. Yeah, maybe. There's got to be a reason why they took the ring away. There's got to be a reason why they took the ring away. The one who wears curses is the editor's role. The one who wears curses, the queen. That's actually sick. That's a sick title right there. The one who wears curses. Unreal. What up, Danny? Do you know whatever happened to Fake Weeb? Fake Weeb went off to college like Steve from Blue's Clues. Quite literally. He's living life. He's living his best life. He went off to college, and he said that he wasn't gonna do YouTube while he was in college, so he could live his best college life. I respect that. He'll be back. He'll be back one day. Yuji's got to play some important role, even if it's only through flashbacks. Gege clearly plans to bring him back. I just don't know what role Yuji's gonna have. Like, I know a lot of people think that Yuji is going to interrupt the duel between Yuka and Deborah in order to make sure Yuka doesn't go out of the suspended state of death, which is a good possibility, definitely. Maybe they really wanted to get rid of the 10 shadows. I think the whole weird forbiddenness of the 10 shadows is just something we need more information on. It feels so weird to me that they literally like refused Yuka from using her abilities. You know what? I wonder. Here's a big theory. Here's a big theory. This is me stepping out of my comfort zone and really kind of yapping in regards to you know, what we really don't know about. But what if the reason they were so harsh on Yuka's 10 shadows, and also why they refused to let Yuka have the ring and gave it to Tsurugi, was because now Jujutsu Society has fully understood and determined the reason for the special grade incidents of the main series, and that's because they literally cannot allow strong sorcerers to exist. The stronger the sorcerer is, the stronger the world is going to respond with better cursed spirits, better everything. So what if the Gojo clan's idea was literally nerfing the sorcerers that came from them as much as they possibly could? They can't let Yuka's 10 shadows develop and grow stronger because that would result in higher powered curse spirits. They can't let the ring be gifted to Yuka because that would create too strong of a sorcerer. So I genuinely think like that may be a big reason, and why they also sent Iori away. They said, did you just fucking give birth to someone with the 10 shadows? Get out of here now. Get away from us now. Like, again, I could be completely off, but I do think it's weird. You missed 2 pages where Ruka and Tsurugi blitz Maru. No, I didn't miss them. There's just no reason to post them. You know, I'm just not going to post every single page just because it copyright, you know. Only going to post the pages that are important to the narrative. My B, no, you're good. You're good. I know a lot of people don't realize that. I know a lot of people just want me to post every single page on here. I get it. I understand. I get it. The worst part about chapters like this, especially, is when it's all fight scenes, it's like a lot of these pages aren't even necessary. So out of 145 votes here, we've got Yuka and Maharaga coming up as the stronger sibling compared to Tsurugi and Rika, which I definitely understand completely. Definitely get that wholeheartedly. Which 146 votes. If you haven't already, hit that like button. God damn it, helps the stream, the channel way more than you know. It's completely free. Hit the like button. Rika would have to consume a part of Mahito, and I don't know if the limb would stay for what, Tsurugi to get idol transfiguration, and that's how he heals his sister. Crazy. A lot of people are very focused on the cover page because the cover page mentions who's the strongest in the universe, making a lot of people wonder, like, is this assuming that Deborah is currently the strongest person in the entire fucking universe? Do I play Yomi Hustle? No, I don't know what that is. Never heard of that before. I hope we get more JJK after Modulo. Yeah, there's a really good chance we may. I know a lot of people are upset that Modulo might be on its way out soon. When I revealed that this is potentially the final battles of Modulo in general, a lot of people were very upset, to say the least. Does Modulo end this year, or does it spin off? Modulo is most likely going to be over. Like, so let's say, so volume 1 of JJK Modulo, I think, was chapters 1 to 7. And that's just because chapter 1 is usually a little bit longer. So most volumes usually have about 9 to 11 chapters. So if I had to guess, most likely volume 2 will end most likely either right before the final battles or right after this. Like, this might be the last chapter of volume 2. Which means we may have about 10 or so chapters left after this. So most likely we're probably going to, the series will most likely end around around chapter 26, 27, 25, 26, 27 is most likely where the series will come to a close. So the series will most likely be over in about February. Basically fighting game chess. It's just a turn-based fighting game that have mods like Maharaga, Sukuna, and Todo. But I have to check it out. I love me turn-based fighting, that's for damn sure. Do y'all think Tsurugi is wearing Rika, or Rika is wearing the heavenly restricted body? Because Rika could fight independently. Is Rika more like Maru's third eye? Again, this might have to do with the connection specifically between Tsurugi and Rika. This might be the only way that Rika is able to tap in with Tsurugi just based off of his heavenly restriction body. We'll probably get some more information next chapter. Like, they'll probably clarify a lot of things. Do I think Yuta could do the fusion with Rika after the series? I don't know. I do like the idea, like I said, of the queen that wears curses. Do you think the reason Gojo clan banned the 10 Shadows was because Maharaga played a huge part in Gojo's death? I have to guess, that it really has to do with them wanting to limit the power of sorcery in the world. Like, I really have to assume they were doing their best to keep the level of sorcery down, which is again why they banned Yuka's usage of the 10 Shadows and made it so like you can't summon Shikigami, you can only tame certain Shikigami. Like, that is genuinely weird that they were restricting Yuka's power over the ability. And again, the fact that they banished Yuta's father, I know they have the translated page of Iori was depressed because of how weak the world was, but I just don't believe that, because it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make any sense at all. Hi girlies, hi my babies. Yeah, I think I just don't trust that translated page. It's the only translated page I can find here, on that one page. And again, I don't even know who this guy is, if they're credible or anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and say right now the whole Iori left because he was depressed. I don't know about that. I would think it was because of them not liking the Zenin clan. I mean, sure, but I just don't. Why would they don't like the Zenin clan, so they restricted their own clan member from using the technique because it wasn't a Gojo technique. I just like, I fully believe that the government of Jujutsu Society is dumb, but I don't know if they're that dumb. There had to be a backroom effort of the clans to reduce the overall power of sorcerers. Maybe in an effort to try and stop another Sukuna. Again, yeah, I think it makes sense that they would be trying to limit the overall powers of sorcerers to keep cursed spirits down in general. Because remember, like, if they did understand fully that it was Gojo and Sukuna's presence that made spirits fluctuate in power so much in the main series, it's not out of the question to believe that they would want to make sure everyone stayed low level. Problem is that curses in Tokyo may have become stronger compared to the main story. It's actually the exact opposite. It's told to us plenty of times that cursed spirits, even in the heart of Tokyo, are supremely weaker than anything we ever got in the main series. There hasn't been a single special grade threat since Sukuna died. So that means that there hasn't been a single cursed spirit even close to special grade level since Sukuna, since the end of the main series. The reason Gojo didn't give the ring to Yuka was it would basically give her Rika plus the 10 shadows and would make her the next potential man. That's a really good likely. They didn't want Yuka to become the next fucking Gojo. They didn't want Yuka to become the next weapon, even though that's essentially what she ended up becoming. They didn't want all of that power going to one specific person. And I think that's pretty safe. I think that makes a lot of sense, right? Especially with how low level everything is and how low level the world is in and of itself. It makes sense that society would be like, oh, whoa. We can't have one person be this fucking strong, guys. You know? It makes sense why they would limit and restrain Yuka like that. They don't want one person to have all of that power. They don't want another Gojo. Which makes absolute sense completely. Yeah, they're balancing out the world's power level in general. Makes sense. There are no special grades, but many massive curses. Yeah, but I just don't think any of the. But they make it very clear that the curses aren't any big deal whatsoever. Guys, if you're interested in joining the Discord, joining the community, talking Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo spoilers or any other series you may read weekly outside of stream, join the community. Please feel free. Just posted the Discord link in chat. Please join the Discord if you'd like to join the community, take part in discussions, all that good stuff. But yeah, there's really not too much more to discuss. So we're about 50 minutes into stream. I'm probably gonna make this the last 10 minutes of the wind down hour so I can get into the overall summary of the chapter for everyone that missed stream. But let's talk a lot. Let's talk and wind down before we end. Are we sure curses aren't that strong? Maybe it's because Yuji's there to kill them. Well, going back to what we said, right, where the cursed spirits reflect the power of the overall, like, Jujutsu society itself. Considering there aren't any really special grade sorcerers, Yuji is right now the strongest sorcerer in Jujutsu Kaisen. Which I think it's important to note. I think it's so funny to me. I just want to say here, and this might be controversial. If you saw yesterday, first of all, yesterday was Christmas. Merry Christmas if you didn't get to. I did release a video yesterday, which was, could Prime Yuji stop the culling game? And I think one of the most interesting things to me that I saw here is that a lot of people were like, oh, well, is this final Yuji or Modulo Yuji? Because Modulo Yuji would end the culling game, but final series, main series Yuji wouldn't. And I just have to ask, I want to ask you guys while I have all of you here, what the fuck is the difference? Modulo and final Yuji are the same character. I think so many people are like, ah, Modulo Yuji has leveled up. Modulo Yuji has not leveled up. Modulo Yuji is on Kusakabe grind right now. He's the last one. He's the last sorcerer left. Modulo Yuji has 60 years of experience. I want everyone to ask themselves, what did 60 years of experience do for Naobito Zenin? What did 60 years of experience do with Naobito Zenin? Experience of what? Yeah, there were no special grade curses to even fight with. There were no issues to fight and train with. There were no issues to gain 60 years of experience. You know? I'm like 99% sure that Modulo Yuji would probably be as strong as final Yuji. If you think he hasn't leveled up with this type of potential, but like, how would he level up and what would he level up for? Sukuna's nephew's built different. You wouldn't understand. I don't know. I just feel like it's a lot of hype and a lot of glaze for a character that we haven't gotten any feats for whatsoever. He's probably about as strong as he was, yeah, in the last series. Maybe a little bit stronger, but not by much. I think final Yuji and Modulo Yuji are essentially the same character. I can understand that 60 years of experience might make him a little bit more intelligent, make him a little bit more refined, but like, I don't think it would make that big of a difference. I think a lot of people that are like, oh my god, they glaze Yuji so much in Modulo. They literally say Yuji is like #1 in Modulo. I'm like, yeah, but like you also realize that like everyone else is dead in Modulo, right? Like Yuji is the last surviving sorcerer, basically. Yuji's literally doing the art for JJK. What do you mean? True. He's drawing at the same time. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see. We're gonna have to wait and see. Modulo Yuji is narratively being set up as one of the strongest via statements and the precedents set by the series. I understand that. I guess my whole thing is like, Yuji, everyone's like, oh, Yuji's the strongest now. I mean, yeah, everyone else is dead. Like Yuta is dead, Maki is dead. There's not really much competition either. Like, yeah, sure, Yuji's #1 now, but who else is left? I just think we need to see a little bit more proof of that, right? Like, for me, it's people going from, oh, well, the end of series Jujutsu Kaisen Yuji wouldn't be able to stop the culling game, but Modulo Yuji would end the culling game with his pinky finger. It's like, I don't know how we came to that conclusion. Yuji was #1 before they died? Y'all crazy if you think that. Yuta wasn't compared to Gojo like Yuji was? Yes, he was! Yuta is the second to Gojo. I gotta poll my community here. I gotta poll my community here because I'm so curious. Like, we understand that Yuta was way stronger than Yuji, right? Yuta is the strongest sorcerer of all time. Compared to Yuta is the second to Gojo. Yuta would demolish Yuji in a fight. We all fully understand that, right? How is Yuji winning this poll? This is insane to me. Even during his lifetime, Yuji had no equal amongst his generation? What is going on here? What did Yuji do to deserve this level of glaze? If you think end of series Yuji's beating end of series Yuta, you're smoking some drugs. Yeah, I completely agree. Some sort of government mind control. I think the hyping up of Yuji should be studied, genuinely studied indeed. Hey, Line of Vet, thank you so much for becoming a member of the stream. I appreciate the love and the support. Yuta's dead, Yuji ain't. Checkmate. There we go, brother. Now that's the real that's the real shit right there. Let me tell you what. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. Interesting. I'm very sure. How can you think there's no difference between end of series Yuji and this version of Yuji? Because I just haven't seen anything to imply there would be a difference. I just haven't really seen anything in the series that would imply Modulo Yuji and end of series Yuji are different characters. Or like difference in power level at all. Like, sure, you could imply that like Yuji would probably refine his curse techniques a little bit more. But like, again, I mean, also considering there hasn't been a single threat, special grade threat, like since Sukuna, Yuji also doesn't really have much chance to like train. What about Arame's comment on Yuji's potential? I mean, Yuji can have Sukuna's potential, but that doesn't mean that he's going to be Sukuna level. Do I think Yuji learned Fuga? I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. I know a lot of people really want Yuji to just have all of Sukuna's techniques, but I just don't think Yuji would ever get Fuga and stuff like that. He could, but I just really don't think so. His dismantle and his curse technique is an entirely different interpretation of the ability. It's completely possible Yuji would never unlock anything past the dismantle he has, right? Like he could never, it's possible he would never unlock the projectile slash. It's possible he would never unlock cleave, right? Gojo had no enemies except Toji before Sukuna. No, that's definitely a good point. But it's also important to remember, like, that's also why Gojo got stronger to begin with. Like, Gojo was pressed by Toji and said, damn, I guess I really do need to train. He's like Frieza. He's like Frieza from Dragon Ball Z. Like, Frieza was born one of the strongest fighters in the universe, so literally never trained once. And then after he got his ass beat by Goku, he said, damn, all right, I guess I should probably train. I guess I probably should realize my full potential. What do you think the Tokyo Supernatural event was? I think the Tokyo Supernatural event, like the Kyoto Supernatural Resolution, I think is when they actually came to like the full global understanding that, hey, Japan, we're gonna take care of all paranormal investigations, and you, the rest of the world, you guys just stick to your own devices. Do you think Rika became on par with the three great vengeful spirits? It's a good possibility. I really don't. I do wish we got more information about the three great vengeful spirits. Part of my theories for the end of JJK was that Kenjaku would resurrect the three vengeful spirits with cursed spirit manipulation and make us fight them. That would be so cool. Hey, China Doll, what's going on? You did unfortunately miss most of the stream. We're about to call it, but happy to see you though. Why do you think Yuji was brought into Modulo if not to enhance him in some way? Same for Maharaga and Rika. The potential of JJK is being expanded upon purposely. Yuji should follow suit. Well, I don't think I don't think anybody was really enhanced personally. Like, I just think like they're just still there. You know, it's important world building. Like, Maharaga is technically gaining power because Maharaga is adapting to like Deborah, but we don't know. Tiberius said I'm enhanced. Stan, Tiberius popping in. Everyone's popping in when the stream is over. Damn. Lana, thank you for the dono. Thank you for the $2 dono. Sumerians came to Earth to balance the power. I mean, if you really think about it, that's what I was always saying about Mahito. Like, the Sumerians showing up is going to inadvertently cause sorcerers to grow in strength again. Thoughts on Modulo being similar to JJK 0? Purpose is to set up the next JJK sequel. I don't want to get very honed in on the possibility of another Jujutsu Kaisen sequel happening after this. I know a lot of people really want Modulo to lead into another series, but I've got to be honest with you. I don't want to get too gung-ho about that because that's exactly what happened with the original series. Everyone said, oh, there's 200 chapters left. We have so much lore to cover. We have so much stuff to cover. Gege's going to do it. And then the series ended and everyone got upset and everyone said, these characters were wasted. Why did we even do this? Everything is over. Everything is ruined. And I won't lie to you, I do kind of see that beginning to happen with Modulo, where everyone's like, Modulo has to go on for 100 chapters. Modulo has so much lore. There's no way Gege isn't setting up a sequel after this. And then Modulo is going to end, and we might not get anything else after that. And then everyone's going to take that and put that on the main series. Where I personally think that, like, you know what? It is possible that Modulo is only going to have 25 chapters, and that's it. And then we're not going to expand on that any more than that. Completely possible. Gege can definitely do the Dragon Ball GT thing where he lets other people write what ifs, which is, I think, what he may do. He even did mention that when Modulo came out. Definitely why you want Yuji to be confirmed to be the strongest instead of just hearsay. I just genuinely, like, I don't like to make absolute statements about things that can be changed in a single chapter, right? That's what I just don't personally like to do. I don't like to stake my life on this is what is happening to this character for sure, and then Gege drops another chapter and I look like an idiot because I like, I'm more than willing to say things could possibly exist, but I don't like to make absolute statements or make, you know, direct things, confirmations. And I know a lot of people, honestly, in the community, not necessarily you guys, but I know a lot of people in the community don't like that because they think it makes my argument or my intelligence or my understanding of the series seem weak. Like, people just want me to say, like, oh, you're stupid, obviously Yuji is the stronger. Oh, you're stupid, obviously this is this and this is that. But, like, I don't like doing that again because I don't like making definitive statements on things that could immediately be proven wrong. I like waiting to see what is actually confirmed here, but that's just me. I know a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people just want me to say what I say and have the confidence behind it, but that's just not who I am. But yeah, guys, I wish this chapter had a little bit more dialogue because we'd be able to, like, extrapolate a little bit more on the chapter and just talk a lot more. But it does, like, this is mostly just a big fight chapter that serves to show Maru beat the shit out of Tsurugi, and now Tsurugi has summoned Rika to you know, to even the odds. I'm really genuinely curious to see where we go from here, y'all. I think this was an awesome chapter. I did not expect spoilers to drop this early, but here we are, right? Guys, I love you. Make sure you hit the like button if you haven't already. It really helps the channel and the stream way more than you know. I will be releasing a spoiler summary right after this. I promise you, I will be releasing a spoiler summary, so look out for that. This was really just, I wanted to react to the chapter with you guys, and I wanted to go over everything. So after this, I am going to get down to business, summarize the chapter, put the video together, and drop the video. So if you missed the stream, or you're just coming in now, or you want a little bit more of an in-depth understanding of the chapter after I've had some time to dissect everything, that video is going to be, you know, your best bet of getting all that info. OMG KPO8, thank you so much for joining the Joko gang. I genuinely appreciate that love and support. Thank you for becoming a member. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, guys, I love you. Thanks for showing up to stream. Happy to react to this with you guys. Helps the stream way more than you know to hit the like button if you haven't already, and look out for that video, y'all. By the way, if you haven't and you're looking for some extra content, I did drop a would Prime Yuji, would, you know, Final Yuji, Modulo Yuji, whatever you want to call him, be able to stop the culling game single-handedly. I did drop that video yesterday on Christmas, so if you missed it, you were with your family enjoying some, you know, holiday cheer, go watch that video. If you're looking for some content, comment below, tell me why you think I'm wrong or why I'm right. And yeah, guys, I love you very much. Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate y'all. And look out for that spoiler summary coming out soon. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.